So this was a pretty chunky week. A chunky week in terms of books, a chunky week in terms of what happened on the music front. So let's talk about the week ending June 30th, 2024. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Nikhil with Shelf-Esteem, a composer and also a booktuber. You might have heard some of my music in The Wheel of Time Season 2, His Dark Material Season 3, and the official Brent Week's companion album for series Lightbringer. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the week ending June 30th, 2024. It's hard to believe that half of the year is over already. I try not to think about it because honestly, I'm going to have an existential crisis if I do. But this was actually a pretty busy week on a lot of fronts, on the reading front, on the music front, and a little less on the sleeping front, to be perfectly honest with you. I've been kind of working around the clock and trying to fit in reading where I can this week. But it's been a great week, so let's just jump right in and talk a little bit about it. So I kind of decided to focus my efforts on one particular chunky book I'd spoken about in, some previous updates. If you are a fan of the channel or if you watched any of my videos, you probably have heard me gush about Ken Follett because I've been reading his Century Trilogy, which charts 5 families as they make their way through 100 years of world history. And the first book takes place around the World War I, women's suffrage, and Russian Revolution. The second book takes place in World War II, and the third book takes place between, I think, the year 1950 and the year 2000. So fascinating stuff, seeing kind of how history evolves and the characters and the generations evolve as well. So I'm on book 2, Winter of the World. This beautiful, beautiful cover right here. So it's part of a matching set I got at a library book sale, so I'm very proud to have these on my shelves. I was about 100 pages in my last weekly update. I am now, I think, around 700 pages in. So I read quite a bit. I read 600 pages of this book this week. And man, what a book. I mean, really, it's, the first 100 pages was very oriented with the world history, and you were seeing more of the Nazis taking power and everything like that. And the characters, the main characters in it, were more of the observers of the world events. So I thought it was going to be actually more world event centric, and the characters were going to be a bit more in the back seat, if that makes sense. But actually, the book kind of shifted about 100 pages in, and these last few 100 pages have been more character focused with the world events as a background and a backdrop. And I think that made it even more of a compelling read, actually. And to see that shift kind of let you have a little bit of both, which is really cool. And I'm sure it's a hard balance to strike when you're trying to write a book like this, a historical epic. And how do you condense down 100 years of world history into, the lives of these main characters? So really fascinating stuff. Winter of the World was the book that I kind of decided to put all my focus in because I was trying to finish this before July 1st, so I could get on with my July TBR, which I'm linking up here. I think you can hear my cat Pepper screaming in the background, so please excuse the noise of my little adorable companion. She's just lurking around somewhere. Anyways, so I decided to kind of read a little bit of Winter of the World and try to focus on that, but it ended up being such a busy week. I've been kind of working around the clock. And I'm going to get to more of that in my music segment, which I always try to have a on the music front, because as a composer, who specializes in book adaptations, it's kind of nice to try to link the two worlds together. And so I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. But let's talk a little bit about what happened on the channel this week as well. So I'm just kind of looking at my YouTube analytics because, I think of this as our channel. Like I mentioned in a previous video, I am maybe the steward of the channel. I started the channel, but it's a channel that's the result of your input. It's a channel that's the result of the people in the comment section and the people who come back to watch more of these videos. So I'm really grateful for you all. And I just want you to know that, to me, this is our channel. This is our community. So our community, so this week got about 1,400 views, which was, a nice big bump from the previous 7 days, which was lovely. I'm really grateful to see that. And about 121.5 watch time hours and 30 new subscribers. So to all you new people who have decided to join the Shelf-Esteem family here, welcome. And I hope you're enjoying the videos, and I hope I can continue to make, videos that you like watching. And please let's keep this a dialogue, and let me know in the comments if there's anything I can do better. I always want to improve this channel, and I always want to cater to stuff that you want to watch as well. So with that said, I've been thinking about, just kind of a little quick aside, I've been thinking about videos to do as far as book reviews, because I know book reviews are kind of like, maybe get less engagement overall and things like that. And I'm trying to figure out ways of fitting in book reviews and make that a staple of the channel, because I want to be able to talk more about it and do a deep dive on books that I'm really passionate about, and Ken Follett's Century Trilogy is no exception. So I did my first review of The Fall of Giants, which I'm linking up here, in case you haven't checked it out and want to check it out. But that book, was a fantastic start to the Century Trilogy. I was thinking of doing a dedicated review of Winter of the World when I'm done with it, and then the final book, Edge of Eternity. Or what I could do is just now, after this first review it as a series when I'm done. Now, the advantage of kind of doing it as just one each is, though they are charting these 5 families, it's multiple generations, and the world events kind of separate the books, so you could really dive in at any point, and you don't really feel completely like, oh, spoiler alert, So, yeah, I don't know, just something I'm thinking about. You let me know in the comments what you would prefer to see. I would love to get some input from you. As far as videos that we did last week, so I released a couple videos. So first was my post-vacation weekly update. I'd gone to the UK to visit my grandparents for about 10 days, and it was really lovely seeing them and my aunt. My parents had flown in, so I got to spend some time in... Pepper! Come here, Pepper! Pepper, come on! And I really enjoyed kind of putting out a little bit about what I did on vacation. Oh, Pepper's back! Yay! Anyways, so... Never know what you're going to get with this little cat. So, but yeah, I had a post-vacation weekly update, and, I really, enjoyed sharing that part of my week with you all. And then I did a mid-year book freakout tag, which I was tagged by Ellie from Bibbidi Bobbidi Books, which I'm linking down here, and also Cliff from Cliff's Dark Gems. Fantastic channels, both. I'm linking them down below. And so I did a mid-year book freakout tag. I joined the club. And it was fun kind of talking a little bit about books I've read this year and what really resonated and what didn't, which is kind of fun to talk about. And then I did my July 2024 TBR video, and it was really nice to talk about my 6 chonkers that I'm going to be reading. I'm linking that up here as well, so you can check it out if you missed it this week. Yeah, I was, things have been picking up a little bit in the music front, so I'm really grateful for that. But man, I have been working around the clock. So that leads me to kind of what happened on the music front. Right. So I've been working around the clock. I've been kind of like up around 5, 6 a.m. and just diving right in. And then I wouldn't stop working till like 9 p.m. So I would try to fit in reading after that. And I would be so exhausted. Or I would try to go like, oh, some files are rendering. I'll have a few minutes to read while they're doing that. So I'd pick up a book and read it. Right. But it's just been a very exhausting but very, fulfilling week. So I worked on some music for an audio drama. My friend is scoring an audio drama, and he asked me to jump in and help out on some cues, which I can't really talk much about more yet, but it's based on a famous property TV series. So I'm excited to kind of chat more about that when that's out. So I've been helping out on that. And then I just started orchestrating on a TV show, and that's going to be recording at a studio in Budapest next week. So very excited about that. I have a long-standing relationship with the Budapest Scoring Orchestra. If you haven't seen my Wheel of Time video, that's kind of what got me working on the show, was this video, which I'm linking up here, but which was recorded in Budapest. So I'm excited to work with the ensemble again. It's always a blast working with them. And then I've been kind of working on my Dead Whisper release. So I worked on a psychological horror film that takes place in Cape Cod about a guy who is offered the chance of a lifetime to see his dead baby again, but at a cost. And it's kind of got the sense of dread. The aesthetic is very kind of like Hereditary and elevated horror films of modern era, but then also the sense of dread is more like Rosemary's Baby in terms of like that slow burn psychological horror kind of a feel. So yeah, I'm really excited. It's going to be out in theaters July 5th, so it's going to be coming out this coming week, and then it'll be out on VOD July 9th, and the soundtrack is going to be out on July 5th as well. So I'll share it with you all when that's out. It's available for pre-order and stuff, so I'll leave the links in case you're curious, want to check it out, maybe sample some of the tracks or something. But I'm really excited about that. But yeah, I've just been working around the clock, so it's been a lot this week, but I'm very excited about the following week. So let's talk a little bit about what's going to happen next week. So next week, I'm going to be continuing on the music train and kind of trying to get all that stuff done. I am going to try to finish this book first, as this is my first priority, and I'm going to try to get it done in the next couple of days, so I'm not too far behind in my reading plans. Because really, I was trying to get this done by today, but because of all the music stuff, it's been kind of hard to do that. So that's my first goal. Then the next goal, I am probably going to start one of my several read-alongs that I've scheduled this month, and I'm trying to decide between a couple. I think I might start Name of the Wind, but I'm not quite sure yet. By Patrick Rothfuss. So I'm kind of trying to see. I'm going to maybe start with a read-along to begin the month, and then I think the way I'm going to do it is I might put up a poll and see which one I should tackle next. And just kind of base it on what you all think. So that's an idea I'm kind of playing around with. So just wanted to update you on the week ending June 30th, 2024, kind of what I've been up to. Let me know in the comments what you've been reading, what you've been enjoying. Anything cool happened to you this week in your personal life that you wanted to share as well. Like, I'd just love to create a dialogue with you all, because that's the most fun part about this channel, is getting to speak to you all. So thanks so much for watching. That's it from me. I'm Nikhil with Shelf-Esteem. Please be good to yourself. Please be good to each other. Have a fantastic week, y'all. And I look forward to touching base with you in the comments, all right? Take care. See you soon.